This is a calculated move. Do you think Donald Trump be indicted if he wasn't running? Trump's poll numbers were looking good. And now Democrats will have the most famous photo of all time in their arsenal, Trump's mugshot. It'll be plastered on billboards, T-shirts, campaign ads, everywhere you look for the next 2 years. Mugshot will be front page, every newspaper, lead story, every network, every cable show. Democrats are branding Trump as a criminal, along with the 74 million people who voted for him. They think the mugshot will scare you. They're wrong. This will light a fire inside every rational thinking American.
You are damn right. I believe the indictment of Donald Trump has just caused a ripple wave among the American people, and I do believe this is going to help him win the 2024 election. Speaking of mugshots, remember these beautiful people, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and Frank Sinatra, all had mugshots taken, and do you know what those mugshots did? It made them more powerful, more stronger, and more popular. Well, I believe Donald Trump's mugshot is absolutely going to do the same. I've got one hell of a report to share with you today, so please stick with me. But just a quick break from my sponsor. Well, each and every single day, our headlines are becoming worse and worse and worse. In fact, it seems like at any moment, our biggest nightmare could become reality. Are you prepared for something like that? Food shortages will be instant, and unfortunately, they will be widespread. In order to prevent being a victim of that, today and right now is the time to grab that food, to prepare for tomorrow. All you got to do is go to preparewithlisa.com. And right now, My Patriot Supply is offering the 3-month emergency food supply kit, and you can get one for each member in your family. This food is going to save the day if the worst happens. On top of that, as you can see on the screen, they have over 2,000 calories per day, 21 varieties, and a 25-year shelf life. They have a wide slew of breakfast, lunch, dinners, drinks, and snacks. On top of it all, and as an added bonus, My Patriot Supply is giving you $200 off of the 3-month emergency food supply kit. All you got to do is go to preparewithlisa.com. That's preparewithlisa.com. And by the way, they also have a 4-week emergency food supply kit that you can take advantage of as well. And that also has a 25-year shelf life. But bottom line, please make sure that you and your family are not a victim when disaster strikes. You need to make sure that you are prepared for any kind of food shortage, especially in light of this economic chaos that the Biden administration is causing. And personally, just so you know, I sponsored with Patriot Supply at preparewithlisa.com on purpose because I fully believe in their product, and I don't just believe in them. I also own and buy their product as well. I have it here in my home as a readiness feature. But check it out at preparewithlisa.com. If you want more information, click that more button or click in the description box below. All right, back to the broadcast. All right, so let's start first with the indictment of Donald J. Trump, which we have been hearing about for quite some time, but the Democrats finally did it. Take a look. This is BreitbartNews.com. New York grand jury indicts Donald Trump, the first of its kind, by the way. A Manhattan grand jury voted to indict Donald J. Trump on Thursday for his role in paying hush money to a porn star. According to 4 people with knowledge on the matter, a historic development that will shake up the 2024 presidential race and mark him as the nation's first former president to face criminal charges, the NYT reported on Tuesday evening. On top of that, Gateway Pundit is stating that they believe that there are 34 counts associated. Breaking leak, Trump hit with 34 counts related to this quote-unquote business fraud, and many believe that is some kind of campaign finance violation of some sort. Bottom line, it's a bunch of BS, baloney, it's a bunch of crap, and it is a political prosecution of not only a former president, but a presidential candidate for the 2024 election. And here we have Joe Biden basically using the DAs, as the Democrat do, to, stifle down his competition. But as I said at the beginning of this report, I believe this is going to light a flame under the American people's butt. And by the way, I love both DeSantis and Trump. I gotta say, all the way. I mean, I love DeSantis. I'll still do that. But damn, I am for Donald Trump even more now than ever before. This is going to wake up a lot of people. Now, he did issue a statement regarding this indictment. I'm going to throw that on the screen. You can read it, in your own. I'll leave a link in the About section there. But what he basically said is it's political persecution or election. This is the radical left who has been after him from day one, from Russia to Russia to Russia to impeachment 1 to impeachment 2 to now Stormy Daniels to fill in the blank. They have been like on a rampage trying to get rid of this guy. And he also says this has never been heard of or done before in history. They had to pull something out of their keister in order to get to the level that they are at. And then he gets into how Alvin Braggs is corrupt and handpicked by Soros. He is obviously a Soros guy. He also put this out as well. The judge assigned to his witch hunt case, a case that has never been charged before, hates me. His name is Juan Manuel, and handpicked by Bragg and the prosecutors, of course. And it's the same person who railroaded his 75-year-old former CFO, Alan Weisselberg, to take a plea guilty, even if you are not, 90 days, fight us in court, or 10 years in jail. Kind of have no choice there, right? He strong-armed Allen, which a judge is not allowed to do, and treated my companies, which didn't plea, viciously appealing. Not only that, but if Donald Trump has to go to trial over this, I don't believe it's going to be a fair trial because we're talking about an 80% liberal city, and Trump agrees with that. Here we have Fox News. Trump warns that he cannot get a fair trial in New York after indictment on disgraceful charges. And I wholeheartedly agree with him here. We're looking at some pretty massive corruption on a scale that we have never seen. This is the stuff done in third world countries. We are a third world country now. In fact, Alvin Bragg put out a statement, very statement on what happened. And here it is. This evening, we contacted Trump's attorney to coordinate his surrender to the Manhattan DA's office for arraignment on a Supreme Court indictment, which remains under seal. Guidance will be provided when the arraignment date is selected. Well, oops. That's very, very basic. But you know what? As I said at the beginning of this report, I believe if Donald Trump gets that mugshot, or when he gets that mugshot, this is going to be used on every billboard, every shirt. I think both sides of the aisle are going to use it, but it is going to knock the Democrats in the face. I don't know about you, but I feel a big movement for Donald Trump happening right now at this very moment. Again, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Johnny Cash, all famous as all get out, especially after their mugshots, right? Well, in any aspect, there's obviously a bunch of outrage from the Republicans, as rightly there should be. Here's what Eric Trump had to say. This is third world prosecutorial misconduct. It is the opportunistic targeting of a political opponent in a campaign year. Here's some other outrage from Republicans and what they're saying.
It's time for the Republican Party to understand that this is a war on the party. It is a war on conservatism and MAGA. It is an effort to ensure that Donald Trump can never be president again. Look, he's the leading nominee right now in the polls. Have you ever heard of a local DA bringing phony charges against a possible nominee of the opposite party? The only person this benefits doesn't benefit justice. It benefits Joe Biden.
Does this moment feel dangerous to you for the country?
Oh, terrible. Terrible. I'm petrified for this country. I'm a lawyer, and I believe in the bedrock of this country. I believe in the Constitution. I believe that when I took my oath of office, I was supposed to take the laws of this country and abide by them no matter what my personal beliefs and politics are. And this is the most extreme, scariest moment from somebody within my profession. And I'm embarrassed, frankly, for my profession at this moment. And I'm scared for our country. There's no better way to say it, Tucker. I'm petrified for our country right now. This is third world stuff. We don't put politics ahead of the law. We have a democracy. We have the right to vote. We have the right to have a fair and impartial jury. And evidently, if you're a Republican, Donald Trump, or you just don't agree with somebody, you don't get that. And it's not okay.
Well, I think what this is about is nothing to do with the rule of law, Jesse. Obviously, this is about power. It is a demonstration of raw power. I think the Democrats know this has nothing to do with the law. They're sending a message, and the message is they will use any power that they have.
And he's absolutely right. The Democrats have weaponized multiple agencies. They weaponized the FBI to go against parents speaking out against school board members when it comes to mask or vaccine mandates or anything like that. The second thing that they did, of course, is they used SWAT teams January 6th to target and specifically go after MAGA supporters. Not only that, but they used the IRS to target and attack the Tea Party and also to go after the journalists like Matt Taibbi. And not only that, but how about local DAs to specifically go after and target not only Trump, but his supporters? And of course, how about the Bar Association to stop Trump from getting legal protection? And again, impeachment number 1, impeachment number 2. Shall we go on? I mean, this is insane stuff. It's almost like they're absolutely sending a message. Look how powerful we are now. This is what we're going to do. We're going to indict your former president and also a presidential candidate for 2024 because we can. What are you going to do about it? That is literally the level that we have arisen at. But you know what? There is a response to this. Think back to the Reagan years. I believe it was 49 or something like that. 49 states voted, more of like Republican direction. I mean, hey, we can kick their butt at the ballot box in 2024. There is something that we can do, and we have to start moving in that direction. This is above and beyond anything I've ever seen. By the way, there are some good things happening. We've gotten some support from Ron DeSantis. Here we have the Gateway Pundit. Florida will not assist in extradition request. DeSantis statement on Trump indictment. That is some good news, and I believe we are going to have some pushback from some red states on this particular bogus, hoaxish indictment. And again, he is not guilty of the crime until he has been convicted of being guilty, unlike the Nancy Pelosi's of the world are trying to say. But of course, the Democrats immediately start fundraising off of this and giving themselves a pat on the back. Gateway Pundit, Trump Democrats immediately begin fundraising off of this entire event. Well, of course, that is the very people who they are. And by the way, there's also a leak that they're going to be digging into prior hush payments on Donald Trump. And I haven't heard anybody talking about this. We have the Gateway Pundit leak. Manhattan prosecutors digging into Trump hush payment to Playboy centerfold Karen McDougal. Oh, that's a new one. Like, let's just add a little bit of fuel. And again, just a reminder, non-disclosure acts signed are completely illegal. That hush payment was completely legal. Completely legal. Bottom line, this is going to cause a movement for Donald Trump unlike we have ever seen. I believe. I'm just going to throw those mugshots back on up. When Donald Trump gets his mugshot, boom, he's heading to the top. Just my personal opinion. Anyhow, I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.